True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. Secret operations are essential in war. Upon them, the army relies to make its every move. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. Everything in life is speaking in spite of its apparent silence. If something is important, it deserves to be experienced deeply. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. The line between disorder and order lies in logistics. If you want to dine with perfection, you must toil with imperfection. Leaders are limited by their vision rather than by their abilities. It is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. Life is worth living when you have someone to share it with. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. Next to trying and winning, the best thing is trying and failing. Maneuvering with an army is advantageous. With an undisciplined multitude, most dangerous. And if my heart be scarred and burned, the safer I for all I learned. Everything's a risk. Not doing anything is a risk. It's up to you. Truth that came too late was as useful as a meal to a dead man. If you derive joy in destroying others, you won't go far in life. Anything not worth doing is worth not doing well. Think about it. Dream big. Wake up. Take the first step into the unknown. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, doing as you say you would do. It was easier to ask for forgiveness than it was to get permission. Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. Having the life of your dreams is simple. Make conscious choices. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. Cherish those who seek the truth, but beware of those who find it. Some things you hear with your ears, others you hear with your heart. By what men think, we create the world around us, daily new. Apparent confusion is a product of good order, apparent cowardice of courage, apparent weakness of strength. When people try to bury you, remind yourself you are a seed. Sometimes you recognize truth because it destroys you for a bit. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it. When we are most alone is when we embrace another's loneliness. People who fit don't seek. The seekers are those that don't fit. No other success can compensate for failure in the home. Truth is what stands the test of experience. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. Done is better than perfect. An education is not so much about making a living as making a person. Sometimes things become possible if we want them bad enough. We may be small and we may be young, but we will shake the world for our beliefs. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. A clown on a throne is still a clown. A king in rags is still a king. Waiting for changing opinions is like waiting for nothing. Until you have suffered much in your heart, you cannot learn humility. Once friends as batchmates, but now different batches divide us. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. And remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Knowledge is merely brilliance in organization of ideas and not wisdom. The truly wise person goes beyond knowledge. The storm is what they threw at me. The hurricane is what I became. Nothing can be more hurtful to your heart than betraying yourself. If I had it all to do again, there would be more bodies. Those who are willing to be vulnerable move among mysteries. Your sacred space is where you can find yourself over and over again. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. When the going gets weird, the weird turn professional. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. You don't put your life into your books, you find it there. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. When you lose your smile, you lose your way in the chaos of life. Opening up to the wrong person is like putting ammo in their hands. You will never know how high you can climb until you reach the top. Patience and improvement is the key to opening the door to progress. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. The worst part of being okay is that okay is far from happy. Men of this world all rejoice in others being like themselves and object to others not being like themselves. It can only take a moment to waste the rest of your life. The space under the sky is occupied by all things in their unity. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. Some things in life are too complicated to explain in any language. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it. Feet, what do I need them for if I have wings to fly? Almost nobody dances sober unless they happen to be insane. Everything that is done in this world is done by hope. Birth is not the beginning. Death is not the end. Make your lives a masterpiece. You only get one canvas. When you procrastinate, you become a slave to yesterday. Wit seduces by signaling intelligence without nerdiness. Reason is, and ought only to be the slave of the passions. Man is no longer an artist. He has become a work of art. Gratitude creates hope, and hope activates the law of attraction. We're going to aspire to break through and create our own reality. Knowledge is responsibility, which is why people resist knowledge. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. Maybe some things aren't meant to be known. Maybe they're just meant to be accepted. If you want to see a rainbow, you have to learn to see the rain. I saw a star. I reached for it. I missed. So I accepted the sky. Conformity to the present is invisibility to the future. Great men are like eagles and build their nest on some lofty solitude. All the fish needs is to get lost in the water. All man needs is to get lost in Tao. I have never known any distress that an hour's reading did not relieve. I'm going to try speaking some reckless words, and I want you to try to listen recklessly. When you're the most happening person at the party, it's time to leave. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. 10 seconds, that's all it takes for life to throw you a curveball. We are citizens of the world. The tragedy of our times is that we do not know this.